Obviously, if you have a counterspell, you counterspell this immediately. This isn't even like a, should I counter this or not? This is just a counterspell. Hello, my fair citizens. My name is Striderstone. I'm the mayor of Sodium City, and today we have a nice little Golgari Stompy poison deck. Let me show you. This deck revolves around the T-Rex. It's a 7-mana, 8/8, can't be countered, which is amazing. Has Trample, Ward 4, Haste, and Toxic 4. Toxic 4 meaning we only have to get through with 1 damage in order for them to get 4 poison counters, which is amazing. So this is what it's all about. All we need to do is either ramp into it or get it into our graveyard and then target it with Assemble from Parts. Now, Assemble from Parts is another really cool card because if we have a creature card in our graveyard, we can target it. Now, what that will do is it will give that creature an ability to pay 3 and shuffle that card into our library, but put a token copy of that card onto the battlefield as a 4/4. So then this just becomes a 4/4 with Trample, Ward 4, Haste, and Toxic 4, which is still pretty devastating. And the fact that it only costs 3 mana to do and the original copy gets put into the library is amazing. Now, this is going to be relatively difficult to do, and that's why we're using Final Parting. So Final Parting, you get to search your library for 2 cards, but 1 in your hand, 1 in the graveyard. So obviously we put Assemble from Parts into our hand and T-Rex into the graveyard. Therefore, we can target T-Rex with Assemble from Parts and get the combo going. It's that easy. All you have to do is either smack them to death with an 8/8 or smack them to death with 4/4s and get them above 10 poison counters for the win. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if I could recommend this deck. It's a tad bit inconsistent, and I'm not sure this is the best creature for this particular deck. So if you have any ideas of what creature to put in this deck instead of the T-Rex, let me know in the comment section below. But if you did want to build this deck, it's going to set you back 25 rares and 4 mythics, so it is kind of expensive. But if you want the deck list, you can click on that card that pops out at the top right hand corner of this video, or you can get the full text-based version in the description below. And of course, I'd like to thank all of the YouTube members and Twitch subscribers for supporting the channel. All of you here have been amazing. And if you want to get your name immortalized in all of these videos, then make sure to hit that join button to get all of the details. The best thing you could do for the channel would be to share this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. But of course, do all the YouTube stuff below, stay salty, and enjoy the games. So after adding a few Cosmos Elixirs, we'll see if we can do anything. Because at least Mono Black can't deal with artifacts. That is one positive thing about this. Is that they cannot deal with artifacts. I have an Assemble from Parts. I did take out a Grisly Salvage, which I am now regretting because if I have one in my hand, it would be great. The T-Rex just seemed like the best possible choice. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start with this to make them think that we have a bad hand. I just want to see what kind of deck they're running. Okay, so it's Selesnya. I think I need to add cards that allow me to discard because this being in my hand is a problem every time. Yeah, that's also... This is going to be a problem because this no longer has haste at that point. I mean, it still has haste, but it'll come into play tapped, which makes it much less good. We'll just blow that up now. We'll get a land. We'll try to ramp into our T-Rexes because we're only going to top deck them, apparently. It would kind of suck if they kill that, but... let's get rid of that immediately. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so next turn we get the T-Rex. Please do not have an authority. Yep. They have an authority. They had an authority. Oh no. Doesn't this have word 4? Yeah. Nice counter. Good counter. Good counter. Good counter. Those are gold level plays. We take those. We take those. All day. Every day. We take those. Now let's thin out the deck a little bit more. And let's try to scry a little bit. Now, if they do kill it with, like, a Wrath of God or something... Now, there was an argument to be made. I feel like they have a Wrath or a Doomscar or the Sunfall or something. You're gonna do that again? Really? Twice? All right. Well, don't know if you can kill me now. Unless they have a Wrath, which would suck. I thought about doing Extinction Event for odd, but this is also odd. Which makes it very, very bad for us. But now, they have to gain life and remove 1. Yeah. Yeah, because we're going to do 4 poison to them. If they didn't gain life, because that's a 7/7, and ours have trample. And we only need to get 1 damage through in order to give them 4 poison counters, which is delicious. So unfortunately, they were able to get rid of our Cosmos Elixir. But we did get a scry out of it, at least. 4 mana scry 1, seems good. Seems good, seems good. Well, you haven't seen our final parting yet. I'm considering taking out one of the T-Rexes and putting in a 4th final parting. Ugh, what is this hand? We have to keep it. Executive decision. We're keeping it. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I should have kept it. Oh no, it's mono black again. Oh no. Oh, the Mire. The Mire equipment? Question mark? Not sure. Not sure what's going on with this one yet. We're gonna pretend like we're mono black. Dimir Mill? Dimir Pirates? Does this get hexproof? Yes. So that means we just Cosmos Elixir here. We'll take a second Cosmos Elixir. Because that dies to Ritual of Soot. We're not super worried about Ritual. Or we're not super worried about anything that dies to Ritual of Soot. And we need to find our lands. And they're only doing 2 damage. We're not super worried. We're going to start drawing cards at the end of our turn. They're missing land drops. We're missing land drops. It's even Stevens, as far as I'm concerned. Oh. A River's Rebuke deck. Interesting. Turn all non... it's an Omniscience deck? Final Parting, good card. So what we're going to do with Final Parting is we're going to search our library for a T-Rex and maybe a second Assemble from Parts. Probably. Maybe a Tear Asunder? Actually, Tear Asunder. Card to put in the hand. We're going to put Tear Asunder in our hand. And we're going to discard a Ritual of Soot and a land. I think we let that happen. Oh, I don't even care. Okay, so let's... Okay, all right. So now at this point, we Extinction Event for odd. Get that out of the way, because that's 100% necessary. They're going to throw that back in, which is perfectly fine. We're going to get our T-Rex in. Boom. 4 damage, but 4 poison. Very important. We're going to scry 1. Ritual of Soot, kind of worthless right now. And then draw a card, which is going to be a land, unfortunately. But we do have Grisly Salvage at instant speed. We do have Tear Asunder at instant speed. Them dealing 3 damage to us doesn't do a whole lot. It allows us to not deck out. We already have almost a full grip right now. We're not super worried about it. You got it. They haven't shown us a counterspell yet, which is good. Because they don't like counterspells. But luckily they can't counter that card. So the great thing about this is that it's an ability that made this. Okay. And I might Grisly Salvage just to see if I can get another one. Eh. Tear Asunder would have been nice. But let's just thin out the deck as much as possible. It's 2 more lands out of the way. Let's blow that up. Let's get another 4 poison counters on. We're only scrying this time. We have 3 lands in our hand. That's a hasty. That is a hasty, and we can cast it with some backup. They're going to have to deal with that. It has trample, so they can't just block it. They can't just chump block it with the 3/3. They're going to have to kill it, and it has ward 4. I do like that card. How much mana do I have? Okay. I think they should have equipped it to that. I'm like, aren't they dead? I'm like, they're dead if they do that. Okay. We're gonna go even on this because this is an odd mana value card because it's an exact token copy, which means it keeps the mana value. It doesn't die to Ritual of Soot, and it is 7 mana just like the original copy. So Extinction Event was perfect there. Easy peasy. So that's what the deck is designed to do. Opponent had a very odd deck, though. I'm not 100% sure what they were going for. They were definitely going for hexproof. There is a lot of targeted removal in this format right now. So I get what they were going for. It just sucks that they came across me where I don't typically run targeted removal. I run a lot of board wipes. I do have a lot of targeted removal in this deck specifically, but you know, that's neither here nor there. 2 cultivates, hard to pass up. We have the mana to cast it. What the hell is that? You reveal a dinosaur card from your hand. Oh. I see. What is this? Source to deal damage to another dinosaur you control, then all but one. Does trample damage still go through? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea if trample damage goes through in that case. At least it doesn't make it cheaper, right? If it made the dinosaurs cheaper, that would be bad news. All right, so now we can cast Tear Asunder if we really wanted to. But only on an enchantment or an artifact, because we would have to kick it.
Face me and be recognized. My strength is our strength.
Pretty good card. I think I might have to kill it. I would prefer not to keep drawing lands after I'm getting 2 out of my... Would have been another land too? Okay.
It does not end here.
It is getting a little bit ridiculous. So we have all our hand is completely dead. We can throw out our Blast Zone and charge it up a bit. Our Blast Zone, if we play it next turn and do it, costs 2 less. Jesus. And that's even, odd, odd. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get this up to 5. Yeah, getting Blast Zone up to 5 could be very, very good against dinosaurs. Oh, that ramps their dinos too. All of it does. Well, let's just blow it up to get both of those. I wonder if they're running the T-Rex as well. Okay, what dinosaur are they looking for? Galta? Or not Galta, Zakama? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even. Okay, so they can't cast that for 2 turns. We have 2 turns to top deck something that's useful. They can cast it next turn. Alright, let's just keep top decking lands. That's not good. And they get Zakama and another land. All right, well, that was unfortunate. I mean, we only have 26 lands. We got 3 Cultivates, which is our only ramp card. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lands out of our top 20. That kind of hurt. That kind of hurt. I feel like we would have been fine had we drawn, I don't know, anything. So looking at this, I still think maybe we need to add Lily. Because this hand would be disgusting if we had Lily. Because in that case, we would be able to discard our T-Rex and then assemble from parts it. Oof. Okay. What does this do? There's battlefield. There's kick. Okay. Don't really care. Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer. So I'll gain 2 life. It's a good card to have. Get rid of that cleric class. They're going to be able to attack and make an angel. Hopefully they throw down... Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, so they make an angel. This is an easy Ritual Soot for us. And with that, let's keep getting lands. Lands are good. Currently, lands are very good for us. If they play a card that makes us discard a card, that would be ideal. Because we could get our T-Rex out. I just don't see that happening. Again, 3 mana. Now, I feel like I might need to kill this before they bring something back. I just don't know if I care what they bring back yet. You know what I mean? And taking 2 damage is completely offset by my Cosmos Elixir. And that Ritual Soot kills that. The Extinction Event. Oh, that's 6. So not this turn, but next turn. Get rid of that. Don't need another land right now. Would be nice, but we get to throw out our T-Rex next turn. None of their life total even matters to us right now. That's a problem. That's why we have a backup Ritual Soot. It's exactly why we have a backup Ritual Soot. We might have to keep this Tear Asunder because that means they probably have that other enchantment that makes that infinite loop with Veto. Broodmoth. Interesting. Very interesting. You know what? I'm just slamming it. They can prevent all the damage, but it's not going to do anything for them. We don't really need a second one. Broodmoth, goodbye. Even if they block it, doesn't matter. Now we just have to keep up Tear Asunder. Tear Asunder is the most important card in our hand right now. Because if they get 5, 6, 7, if they have 7 mana out, they can veto and do the other card, but they need to have another black source in order to do that. Opponent, you need 8 toughness. Oh, okay. I was like, do you have Settle the Wreckage? Settle the Wreckage could have been a thing. It's crazy because I feel like whenever I have Cultivate in a deck, I always have like 5 lands in my hand at all times. Okay, Final Parting, pretty good. The problem is we have 0 green. They might be doing spells. Like, is it spells? So I'm going to keep it up just in case. Keep up my Bojuka Bog, that is. Alright. So at the end of their turn, I'm going to blow that up. Either one of those. The problem is they can float it for a mana, and since the land comes into play untapped, they can cast like a 4-mana draw a card, or draw 2 cards thing. Good thing about that is that I have Bojuka Bog to exile it. Okay. Maybe I should have done this so I could cast Final Parting. The good thing about T-Rex is that it can't be countered. Ooh. That's bad. All right, well, at least now we can Final Parting and not have to worry about it. Although, I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they have to discard a card. I was like, what's going on? They were definitely looking for a land, and they're playing Blood Sun. So I will probably Binding the Old Gods at Blood Sun. I'm like 99% sure that that's what I'm supposed to do. Double Vision. Yeah. And then, since there's Double Vision, okay, another Blood Sun. And if they get a Lotus Field, kind of screws us. Let's just get our combo. I don't know if it's correct though. Card into our hand is Assemble from Parts. At the end of their turn, we will use it since it's instant. Okay. That kind of sucks. So now our T-Rex, I don't want to say he's useless, but it is useless. Well, it's useless for one turn, right? Because the one ring will give them protection from everything. Frank. Now what do they do here? Okay. They have double vision. They have Teferi. Okay. They're tapped out, which means we get a guaranteed... eight poison counters. Let's see what we get. And they're at 2 HP. So they either have to replace their one ring right now, or they die to their own one ring. So let's see what happens. Like, if they have a farewell, that would be devastating, but they would need white for that. No Teferi's protection. What do they have? What could they have? Because they both have Ward 4. They're gonna end the turn. Don't they die anyway? Beginning of your upkeep, lose 1 life for each burden counter. They kind of needed to do that on their upkeep, unless they have another one, which they do not. I remember seeing something very similar to this in a standard tournament. No. Was it a standard tournament? It had to have been an Explorer tournament. It was using the one ring. It was using the charm, discontinuity. It was using the majority of the stuff except double vision. So I don't know if they just got screwed or if they got outplayed. I don't know. You can't counter the T-Rex. T-Rex too good. Man, I keep getting these T-Rexes in my hand. It's scaring me. This was a bad keep. I don't know. We get flooded all the time, so there's no way we're not going to get flooded, right? There's no shot. Land. See, I told you. Told you. Now the question is, do I blow up that bugbear now or later? Is that? Now, the reason I don't want to do that is because it does thin my deck out of lands. And thinning my deck out of lands is not necessarily good when I don't have any lands, and I really, really need a land. But it would have been a T-Rex next anyway, so maybe Grisly Salvage would have been the move. Yeah, let's just do this. I don't want them to have that. I can't let them have that. There's just no shot. Oh, they're Grixis. So we blew up a red source and they got a blue. Okay, they have no more red. The 2 mana open. Are they going to counter this? Feels like a counter. Should be a counter. If they have a counter, they should counter it. If they're... I don't know. I don't know why people bluff counter spells. It's so cringe. Cringe. I don't know. They could bounce it. They could destroy it. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with it, but roping to do nothing? I don't understand the purpose. Don't understand the purpose. We're going to keep that land on top of our library because we do still need lands, technically. Is that their only red source or something outside of the treasure? Do I just kill the treasure? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I do get to draw a card off my Cosmos Elixir next turn. So I don't know if I Extinction Event now or if I wait till later. Let's see. I think I do it. Let's just do it now. Because we could get out a counterspell out of this too. Or they just use all their mana right here to sacrifice a treasure or sacrifice a creature to draw a card, which would be fine. Okay. Odd. Draw a card. Ooh, final parting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have 6 mana, so I can final parting. Hopefully get. They're definitely a treasure deck of sorts. Don't quite know what they're doing with all their treasures yet. I feel like I have to kill that because both of these tap for 2 mana. All of those would have been great to have. We'll just get a swamp here. Boseiju doesn't really do anything. My creature's bigger, can't be countered. Ward 4. They have the power to ward 4 it though. They also have that, apparently. They also have that. Okay, so we got to play around Shieldred's Edict then. This makes this much worse. Okay, so just because ours is bigger doesn't make it better. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana still. They could play the 7 mana Bolus right now. And I'm taking a lot of damage. Taking a lot of damage. What is taking so long? Like, just attack.
No, that's a lot of damage!
Christ. Now, on their upkeep, I'm definitely going to have to Tear Asunder one of those. Yeah. Gain 2, Extinction Event, beautiful. Do I do it on their upkeep before they draw? So that they don't actually get a counterspell. We haven't seen a counterspell yet, but at the same time, let's see, 8, 9. I go down to 4. They could have... The reason they could have been thinking so long last turn is that if they had an Embercleave, right? So if they had an Embercleave, then I can get rid of the creature at that point. Or I could just go down to 4. And then not worry about it. And hope that they don't have a counterspell for this. Everything's odd on their table right now. The only other thing that I can see that them having is that dwarf where it was like sacrifice 5 treasures, put a dragon onto the battlefield. Something like that. Or is it 8 treasures? I don't remember exactly what it is, but we do have Tear Asunder to get rid of one of those treasures if it's on the stack, so that we don't have to worry about it. I mean, obviously, if you have a counterspell, you counterspell this immediately. This isn't even like a, should I counter this or not? This is just a counterspell, right? So it's people like this Neo Matrix that just make this game insufferable for people. It's people like this is why I don't recommend Magic the Gathering to new players. It's people exactly like this, right? Unless they're actually salty, in which case that's just embarrassing. But who knows? I can only imagine they have a counter, or they have the sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. They have a lot of those in the deck. That's definitely possible as well. Nope, they're just big mad. So we'll get a free that and that. Put an assemble from parts into our hand. We'll gain 2 life. We'll take a cultivate. We'll just have to hope they don't have like 6 damage. Maybe they've been trolling us the whole time. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's not like they're out of the game. I don't have a board state, right? Unless you only have literally 2 of those dragons. And 1 Zorn. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. So unfortunately, we can't play the T-Rex and assemble from parts and use the ability from assemble from parts on our T-Rex that's in the graveyard. But opponent's just salty as... That's big sad. That was going to be a really good game. That was a good game up until opponent got big mad. This is just a 7 mana, cannot be countered, which is fantastic. Got fantastics. Then make sure to hit that join button. But the best thing you could do for the video be to share it with anybody who you think you might to share it with somebody you might think who would like it. I don't even know what English that is because I feel like it's not. Share the video with someone who you think you would. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to this point, it means you either really enjoyed the video or you fell asleep and I'm waking you up now. Either way, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, come out with videos 7 days a week.